Willie D Live.
What's up, family? This is a dirty, low-down, heartbreaking case. UOMA Beauty founder Sharon Chuter was found inside of her home, dead, unexpectedly, at the age of 38. This comes in the middle of a $50 million lawsuit against her partners for her cosmetic brand. According to People, the Nigerian-born beauty executive was found dead inside of her Los Angeles home on August 14th. The cause of death is listed under the Los Angeles Medical Examiner as deferred or under investigation. Sharon launched her beauty brand, UOMA Beauty, at Ulta stores in 2019. Its claim to fame was its inclusivity of different skin tones with its Say What foundation collection that had 51 shades. She was also outspoken about racism in the corporate world. In 2020, she started the viral campaign #PullUpOrShutUp in reaction to the nationwide protest against the murder of George Floyd by a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The hashtag targeted companies that made performative gestures online to address racism without taking concrete steps to address those issues within their own workspaces. Her Pull Up for Change initiative challenged major brands like L'Oreal and Glossier to disclose the number of Black employees in their companies. And now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. In 2023, Sharon stepped down from her post as CEO. On an Instagram post, she wrote that she was ready to leave the corporate grind and she had been hospitalized that year. She said she lost 10 kilograms in 1 week. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so 10 kilograms is 22 pounds in 1 week. But she said in the post that she was back, albeit forced into medical leave, which was the true story of her sabbatical. Her reasons for leaving the brand ended up being even more complicated. In February of this year, Sharon filed a lawsuit against the new owners, MacArthur Beauty, venture capitalist fund Brain Trust, and Settle Funding. When UOMA Beauty relaunched in 2024 under the new leadership, she told Allure that the reason she stepped down was because there would have been friction between herself and Brain Trust. She claimed in the lawsuit that MacArthur and Brain Trust owed her $50 million in stolen assets, and she sought damages of international fraudulent transfer. She also accused the new owners of pushing her out while she was on medical leave in 2023. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that Sharon died of some natural causes or something. Thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you believe that Sharon was murdered. See, this really runs me hot, fam. This really runs me hot. And I already know what the coroner is going to conclude. They're going to say that she died of some type of natural cause. They're going to try to go back and trace whatever it was she was hospitalized for a couple of years ago and try to make it about that. They're going to say that it was complications from that same thing, case closed. And nobody will ever be talking about it again. At least nobody of authority who can make decisions to actually do something about it or can whistleblow, right? This is plain to see to me, fam. Like, I'm not the dude that believe in all of these conspiracy theories, especially when celebrities die, when famous people die. You know, most of the time people say, oh man, it was sacrifice. It was sacrifice. No, fam, this right here was not a sacrifice. I think this was straight up murder. I believe this was a straight up hit. It's too coincidental. Too coincidental. She's suing them for $50 million. First of all, when you got a successful beauty line, $50 million is nothing. And she was successful. I think that her company was grossly undervalued, and they probably did it on purpose. As she said, they probably was hiding money the entire time. That company probably was worth $1 billion or more. And I believe her story. I believe that they sold her shares. Some people say, well, how could that happen? Well, if she gave over the majority of her company, if she signed over the majority of her company to her new partners, then this is the way that they move people around all the time. Remember, that's what happened to Steve Jobs at Apple before they brought him back. The board of directors kicked him out because they had the majority vote. So whoever got the majority vote gets to make decisions. So she probably gave up more than what she wanted to, but she wanted to really get in, and she thought the best was going to happen, because when you're making those deals, everything is beautiful. You signing off and, we're going to put you in all of these stores. And they're going on tour. They're doing the big press conference, and life just changed like that. You got 10 million in your pocket, and boom, you just thinking that everything gonna be beautiful. And next thing you know, these people come in and change your entire vision. They start doing stuff that you don't agree with, compromising your product and services. Next thing you know, you're just a mouthpiece. Next thing you know, you're still the face of the company, but you're fading out in terms of leadership and power and influence, as far as making decisions for the company. They don't value you at all. They start pushing you out. So it looks like that's what they was doing with her. They was pushing her out. And perhaps her stay in the hospital was due to the stress that was related to dealing with those companies. This is why you have to be very, very careful when you go into business and have partners. You have to be extremely careful. Yeah, fam. And when you make that move, when you make a move where you're going to give up the majority of your company, you have to almost resign to believe that they're probably not going to treat me right. They're probably not going to do right by me. So I got enough money up front, and I got enough skin in the game to be all right for life. And so if they take this from me, they make a move to take this from me, I'm gonna be all right with it. I'm gonna be hot about it, but I can live with it. You gotta have that foresight, because this happens all the time. Most of these companies, they're just greedy. They're gonna come in and they buy up stuff. They don't care about the people working. They don't care about Miss Gladys, who works as the, who answers the phones and make everybody feel good when they call. They don't care about none of that. They don't care about the people that work in the mail room, or this person that works in marketing that makes everything, pulls it. They don't care about none of that. All they look at is numbers. So they go in and see how can they make more money. It's all about money, 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 money. It's profit over people. They don't care nothing about the people. It's all about the money, the bottom line. So they'll move you out, move your people out. They don't give a damn about it. They don't care if this job is the lifeline for your grandmother who has nothing else to do, or your mother who has nothing, your mother, your father who has nothing to do, and they look forward to coming to work every day and helping to build this brand. They'll fire them like that. They get rid of them, man. So you got to be careful before you go to making these deals. You got to really think long term. You got to have an exit strategy. That exit strategy, where typically you do have an exit strategy when you do these contracts, but you got to know that exit strategy is in place for a reason. I'm certain they're going to sweep this investigation under the rug, because when you got the kind of money those beauty product companies have, you can buy a lot of silence. You can buy a lot of cops. You can buy a lot of judges. You can buy DAs. You can buy investigators. You can buy medical examiners. R.I.P. Sharon Chuter. No more talk.